Welcome to Soul Window, a space where your heart is seen, your voice is safe, and your story matters. Whether you stumbled here by chance or followed a quiet pull within, I'm so glad you're here. This isn't just a channel. It's a journey of self-worth, of love that doesn't hurt, of becoming the woman who no longer chases, but simply attracts. If you've ever felt too much, too soft, or too tired of trying, take a breath. You belong here. Let us walk this path together, one truth, one heartbeat at a time. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong man to see your worth. Maybe no one told you this, but love, real love, it doesn't require you to shrink yourself just to be chosen. Have you ever found yourself pouring so much of your heart into someone only to feel emptier the closer you got? You gave him your time, your softness, your loyalty. You waited for the text. You overthought the silence. You convinced yourself that if you could just be a little more easygoing, a little less emotional, or a little more perfect, maybe he would finally choose you. But deep down, you knew. You weren't just giving love, you were losing you. And here's the truth. A man who's meant for you doesn't need to be chased. He needs to see you in your full light, in your full worth, and then decide to rise up and meet you there. In this video, I'm not giving you a script to play hard to get. I'm giving you something more powerful, a return to the part of you that never needed to chase in the first place. So if you've ever felt like love cost you too much, if you've ever wondered how to make him chase you without losing yourself in the process, stay with me. Because everything you're about to hear, it starts and ends with you. They told you to try harder. Be more available. Text first. Always smile. Always agree. Always say I'm fine even when you're not. But here's the truth they never taught you. You don't need to chase. Real attraction, the kind that makes a man want to come closer, not pull away, doesn't come from effort. It comes from energy. A woman in her feminine energy isn't desperate. She's not calculating her next move. She's aligned, full, whole, radiant. She's not trying to be chosen. She already is the choice. You see, when your energy says I need you to want me, you push him away. But when your energy says, I already want myself, you become magnetic. And it's not arrogance. It's not pretending to be high value. It's simply returning to yourself. Feminine energy is not about being passive or weak. It's soft, but it's not small. It's the strength of water. Calm. Flowing. But powerful enough to shape rock over time. The moment you stop performing and start being, he feels it. And if he's the right man, he'll move toward it. Because deep down, every masculine heart is drawn to one thing, a woman who feels safe within herself. So no, you don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to overgive, overthink, or overextend. All you need is to return to your center. That's the shift. From chasing to simply being. And in that being, that stillness, that softness, that quiet power, he starts to chase something he doesn't fully understand. You. In a world obsessed with oversharing, mystery has become rare. And yet, it's one of the most powerful forms of attraction. You don't need to spill your whole life story on the first date. You don't need to explain your pain, your past, or your plans to someone who hasn't earned the right to hear them. Real intimacy isn't about full exposure. It's about revealing slowly, with intention, not because you're trying to be secretive, but because you respect your own depth. Think of the most captivating books or films. They don't tell you everything in the first 5 minutes. They draw you in, little by little. A glance. A line. A pause that says more than words ever could. That's how you hold mystery. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about allowing space for curiosity and letting someone earn their way into your world. Because when you give too much too fast, you rob both of you of something sacred, the unfolding. Mystery doesn't mean playing games. It means honoring your story enough to reveal it in layers. And when a man feels that, when he senses that there's more to you than what you're showing, he leans in. Not out of control or conquest, but from genuine desire to understand who you are. So take your time. Let your story breathe. You are a whole universe. Don't hand him the map before he's even decided to explore. A woman who can sit in silence without rushing to fill it. A woman who speaks gently but holds power in her eyes. A woman who knows that not everything needs to be said. That woman is unforgettable. Be her. It's easy to fall into the trap. You meet someone who excites you. The connection feels electric. And before you realize it, he becomes the axis your world spins around. You start rearranging your schedule. You wait by the phone. You put your dreams, your friends, yourself on pause. Just to keep him close. But here's the quiet truth no one tells you. The more you orbit around him, the less he sees your light. A man isn't drawn to a woman who's lost in him. He is drawn to the woman who's lit up by her own life. Your purpose. Your passions. Your friendships. The way you laugh at your favorite book. The way you dance in your kitchen at midnight just because the song was good. That's your gravity. That's your magic. And when you're fully in that energy, grounded in your own joy, he doesn't become your center. He becomes your witness. A beautiful addition to a life that was already full. So stop shrinking. Stop centering him in a world that was meant to be yours. You are not a planet waiting to be chosen. You are a universe. And the right man will never ask you to orbit around him. He'll be drawn into your galaxy. Because you remembered who you are. Masculine energy is wired to pursue. To move forward. To chase what captivates it. That's why when you take over, when you plan every date, initiate every conversation, solve every problem, something quietly shifts. He no longer feels like the man. And you slowly stop feeling like the woman. But here's the magic. You can let him chase you, without ever giving away your power. You don't have to control the pace, the outcome, or his emotions. But you do control one thing: yourself. Let him lead with action. But you lead with energy. You set the tone. You decide what feels aligned for you. You choose when to open your heart and when to step back. Because being pursued doesn't mean being passive. It means being receptive. Soft, but aware. Let him come to you. But don't stand still. Keep growing. Keep loving. Keep building a life so beautiful, it's an honor for someone to be invited in. When a man feels like he is choosing you not because you convinced him, but because your presence moved him, it activates something ancient in him. He becomes the one who shows up. The one who wants to protect, provide, pursue. And when you stand in your quiet confidence, you give him the space to be in his power without ever shrinking your own. Remember, let him chase. But you lead your life. And the right man will want nothing more than to run beside you. Not in front of you. Not behind you. but right next to the woman who never stopped being her own compass. There's something magnetic about a woman who knows her worth and lives by it. She doesn't beg. She doesn't chase. She doesn't stay where she's not seen, not valued, not cherished. And it's not because she's cold. It's because she's clear. Clear on what she deserves. Clear on how she wants to be loved. Clear on the fact that her heart is not a bargain item. It's sacred. The most irresistible women are not always the loudest, the boldest, or the most flawless. They are the ones who hold themselves with quiet dignity. The ones who can smile and walk away when something doesn't align. Not out of pride, but out of peace. You don't lower your standards to keep someone. You raise your energy and trust the right one will rise to meet you. Because true love doesn't require self-abandonment. It requires self-respect. And when you honor yourself not just in words, but in your choices, you become a mirror. The kind that reflects someone's highest potential. The kind that challenges a man to rise not because you demand it, but because your presence makes anything less feel unworthy. That's not ego. That's embodiment. A woman who respects herself teaches the world how to treat her without ever raising her voice. She sets a standard, simply by being. So if he pulls away when you stand in your power, let him. If he can't match the energy you bring to the table, don't shrink. Because the man who's truly meant for you will not be intimidated by your light. He'll recognize it. And he'll be honored to be invited in. Let him chase you. Not because you're hard to get, but because you're impossible to forget. Because you live with intention. Because you speak with softness and walk with strength. Because your energy doesn't beg, it invites. Your love doesn't chase, it inspires. You've learned that being chosen by someone else means nothing. If you've stopped choosing yourself. And now, you don't perform to be seen. You simply are. Whole, vibrant, radiant in your own rhythm. You are the woman who lets him lead the chase, but never hands him the map to your soul on the first page. You live your life. You nurture your passions. You pour into yourself. Not as a strategy to get love, but because that's who you are when you remember your worth. And in that remembering, something sacred shifts. The right man doesn't try to dim your light. He sits in awe of it. He doesn't ask you to shrink. He rises to meet you. A man who truly sees your light, won't make you chase. He'll choose you. Because you never stopped choosing yourself. So keep being magnetic. Keep being mystery. Keep being moved by your own music. You're not behind. You're becoming. And if this message touched your heart, stay with me. We'll keep walking this journey. One truth, one lesson, one heartbeat at a time. You're never alone here. Welcome home.